Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and we have absolutely perfect weather out here. I think the high today is 71, and it's the first day of December, so you just can't beat that. I would love to be out here standing up a bunch of these arches, but everybody that I've got who can help me works during the week. So we've mainly been getting the most work done on the weekends, but I'm going to see if I can change that and cut down to as small a possible number as I can on how many people it takes to stand up one of these arches. The first day we worked out here, we had 4 people, and we spent the day trying to stand up one arch, and we gave up. We said we can't do it, blaming the fact that we were trying to set this on this raised wall, and the ends were twisting too much and it was falling off. And since then, we've done 8 arches and learned a few things. And now we have a routine down where we can fairly easily stand this up with 4 people. It's still a little bit of a fight for the people on the outside, but it's been working. So now I'm trying to take that to the next level by establishing a pivot point out here on the end, on both ends, that I can bolt the arch to this and stand it up with less help. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this arch together. I'm going to get the other one of these pivot stands built on the other side, and then we'll get moving. At this point, everything that I've done is something one person could do. Because the other day, my friend Billy built this arch by himself while I was doing something else. I was able to set it up here and bolt it to the frame by myself. Now I need to go over and do the same thing on the other side and get the middle bolted together. That ain't going nowhere. As I'm moving this scaffolding and getting the other side of the arch in place, I want to invite you to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I put out frequent content on tractors and equipment and just whatever I happen to be working on at the time. The last month, or maybe 2 months, that's been this Quonset hut. But I've got a lot of other big plans in store over the next few months and the next year. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I show not only my successes, but also my failures. Unfortunately, this video falls closer to that second category. But you'll see what I mean in just a minute. I also enjoy getting to know you guys through the comments, so feel free to jump in there and tell me what kind of tractor you have, or if you've ever built a Quonset hut, or if you think I'm an idiot, or whatever's on your mind. Now I just have to bolt the middle together. And I think the best way to do that is to put a third stack of pallets under the middle. And then I'm going to be using that third stack to lift with. What we've been doing to put this together is to put alignment punches through the holes of the two panels and then clamp it down with a paddle clamp. Still have these adjusted out from when I was doing the angle iron. Generally, we keep the clamps adjusted to this thickness. What I'm running into here is the same problem that we had when we were building the arch and trying to have the ends inside the wall. They're at kind of a funny angle, so the very last panel is a little bit harder to squeeze together. I use one punch on that side and one punch on this side to line that up. After you get the first one in, then each bolt sucks it together a little bit so it's easier to get the next bolt. Now that we've got the arch fully built, the next thing we always do is put one of these eye bolts at about 2 and 10 on the arch. Put it through an existing bolt hole to the outside. And we've got this rope that we use to pull the arch up with. Right now, I'm going to use the tractor to lift the arch up to the height that it will reach. And then I'm going to go around and get on the scaffolding and see if I can pull it the rest of the way up. At this point, I've went as far as I can go by myself, so I grabbed Cooper out of the shop to help me push the arch up. And if all it takes a second person for is shoving this part up, then I can accomplish a lot more throughout the week. At least, that's what's running through my mind at this point. If you want to watch us successfully stand up one of these arches, I've got several videos showing that, and I will link to some of those on the card in the top corner. But I want to give you a quick breakdown of the way we've been doing it. We've had one person on the scaffolding pulling and one at the bottom with the board, exactly like we are now. And then we've had one person on each side, right and left, just holding the ends in place and I guess helping to push. But basically, I underestimated how much help those people on the ends were providing, because I thought just bolting the ends to my angle iron would do that job. We had already done one test on using the stabilizers, and that helped a lot. And that's why I thought we could do this with 2 people. But you're about to see that I was wrong. So previously, we had one person pushing with the board, one person pulling the 2 ropes, and the 2 people on the end, it felt like were just holding that in. I felt pretty confident that with my angle iron holding that in, it would only take 2 people to stand up an arch. And in this case, I was wrong. We had it pretty much up, and then one of the ropes slipped out of my hand, and it let that side go, and once that twisted, there was nothing we could do after that. I don't think this is going to be a big catastrophe. We did mangle one panel. All these other ones have a slight bend. So we'll take that one damaged panel out, put a new panel in that spot, get this straightened back up, and ready to re-attempt this same panel when I have more help here. Then after that, we'll straighten the bent panel as well as we can, and we'll put it in another section further down. If it's too damaged, we just won't use that one. We'll call the company, see if we can get a replacement. But I think we'll be able to straighten it out and put that in another section, and it's not gonna hurt anything. Even though that failed, I still like the thought process I used to get to this point. And so I don't really fault myself for trying. It just didn't work. So I was hoping that I could accelerate things if I could stand arches up with just pulling one person out for the last 15 minutes of the job, grab someone out of the shop, and we stand it up. But that's not the case, so we're gonna have to go back to only standing up arches on the weekends. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. You'll see more of our videos right here, and I'll see you next time.